just being real. That's just who I am. I'm just real. Ghetto nerds is just who we are. We're from the ghetto and we're nerds. Hey, what's up? It's your girl Light Skin.
And it's your man Juan G.
And you are now tuned in to the Ghetto Nerd. All right, y'all, you tuned in to the Ghetto Nerds podcast. I'm your host, Light Skin. We got my man Juan G in the building. On the line, we got my boy Quincy Taylor, also known as Big Hef, better known as the Midwest Plug. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Everything's good, man. I'm happy to be on the Ghetto Nerds. I feel like a ghetto nerd sometimes.
Yeah.
You feel like that all the time.
All the time.
I don't need sometimes.
Ain't you from Detroit, bruh?
Nah. Originally from Chicago, but
It
live
don't
in Cleveland,
get
so I just
any
sound from
more
Cleveland.
ghetto than Chicago, brother.
So he started in Chicago, then came to Cleveland?
Yeah, I've been in Cleveland. I just always say I'm from Cleveland, so, I believe in the Cleveland movement and the music scene, so I go real heavy and hard in the paint for it. So just out here, man, promoting this new book, making it in the Midwest. I did a book just, my journey in the music industry. So I just want to inspire and help some of the up-and-coming new artists, new people that want to be in the music industry, just to be a part of it and don't make a lot of the same mistakes that I've seen a lot of people make, and and want their careers to go up.
So Q, from my angle of it, working with the young people, making it in the Midwest, how do you talk about it not being a rapper? What about the people we don't see in front of the camera or in front of the TV? How do those people? How would you speak to those cats?
What I do is, I just let them know that they can still be active and involved in the music industry and not be on camera, because at the end of the day, 95% of everything is behind the scenes and the business part. So it has a lot to do with the music, but it also has to do with the outline and the execution. And thinking one of the chapters we talk about building a team and building your team. So whether it be the management, whether it be your social media person, whether it be your PR person, all the way down to your security, you just want to make sure your team is solid and they have your best interest at heart. And that's the only way that a lot of artists succeed, from the sales director to the promotions person. Like, you just want to make sure your team is solid, and you got to pick the members that always had, it's like a basketball team. So, the right chemistry makes everything work to win the championship.
Okay. And someone like myself who's on the outside of the music industry, sometimes it doesn't appear that it's a lot of teamwork going on in our city. How would you speak to that? I always use like life scenarios just so the people can understand everything. One of the things that I talk about in the book is, during the 50 Cent era, at the max time of his era, at the height of his career, where in the club is going, album sales going crazy. He was on a Rock the Mic tour with Jay-Z and Snoop, being a new artist, go headlining a tour of that magnitude with them. And one of the things that he always did is he put a restriction, like for 1,500 feet outside or around the venue, that no one else could sell merchandise, just so he can always sell his 50 cent and G-Unit merchandise. And, sometimes the merchandise sales can go anywhere between $10,000 and $30,000. So if you apply that times 30 cities, that's a lot of money that you're monetizing off your own efforts and your interests. And so, it always takes a team, but you got to have a merchandise person. You got to have, like I said, it's a team out there while you're on the road. And we also cover touring. We also cover, just proper management and protecting yourself as an artist. So, and it's people in administrative that actually handles those things. So you got to have a good team, and you got to have people play their roles. Like, some people might be very well at the paperwork and documenting things and so forth, and you just want to have good people at hand when you're trying to make it happen.
Yeah. And just to sort of piggyback off of that a little bit, a lot of people ask me, like, what is it that he do, because of the fact that you do so much. So for those of the people who don't know exactly what you do, let's tell them a little bit about, who Quincy Big Hef is.
Well, I always like to say I try to add new things to keep challenging myself. But
at the end of the day, I do artist development. So right now I work at Def Jam Records. I've been working there for 3 years. I handle the Midwest region. And, there's not too much that you could do with a young Jeezy. There's not too much you could do with Kanye West. But for a new artist like Vince Staples, for a new artist like Logic, um, you know, we have Earl St. Clair and so forth. So I'll take them out to help develop them and put them in a marketplace where they can excel at. So some artists, that might be more lyrical artists. And there's some artists that we have that are trap artists, and there we have some artists that are club artists. So, we just want to put them in the right element to develop them, whether it be in a high school market, whether it be in a college market, whether it be in a concert hall, whether it be in a nightclub. We just want them artists to reach their full potential and maximize it. So, but I've been a part of, one of the things that helps keep me vibrant and helps keep me successful is that I've been part of every aspect of it. So I started off passing out flyers. So, from passing out flyers to working at a company like Def Jam to actually going out and about and signing my own artists now, it just makes, everything make more sense to me because I know how much work it takes to make an artist successful. So just say like when I first started promoting Jim Jones, people actually thought he was Mike Jones's brother because Mike Jones was a successful artist in the Midwest. So,
who?
That's funny.
I thought you were gonna fall.
So it's just different ways to do it. But at the end of the day, like music is my passion. Artist development is my passion, and just putting things together the right way is my passion.
Okay, so what if you have an artist that's already in a situation of artist development? What is the process to get you to work with these artists? Like, how do you decide who you decide to work? How do you decide who you work with?
A lot of my people come from just friendly referrals. Like a lot of my friends are in the music business or they're executives now, and they know kind of like what my strengths are. So my job is to help create a groundswell on an artist so it could create a story. So if you see them on a starting level, and then probably 6 months later, you might see him on some high extreme stuff like Shade 4-5 or Jimmy Fallon or something like that. So I just want to put them in the right situation where we can, develop them, one, and then two, but it's usually industry friends that'll bring them to me like, yo, I got a dope artist, man, you got to check out. I need you to help me out in the Midwest, or I need you to take them on a tour run. Like I've been touring for 6 years now. So we'll do radio, we'll do retail, we'll do listening parties, we'll do everything that help create a support system for that artist within a region. So if it's the West Coast, if it's the East Coast, if it's in the Midwest or South, then we just take them and develop them in each pocket. And, it usually turns out very well.
Okay, and that's coming from the industry, rep standpoint. But what about locally? You know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, say if you have an artist that's currently working with an independent label locally, like, do you feel it's your duty as the quote-unquote Midwest, I'll say president, in regards to setting up these meetings and things like that? Like, is it, like, what about locally? Like, I'm speaking from a local standpoint.
Yeah, a lot of times, I work with a lot of DJs, so a VP of the Nerve DJs, and, a lot of DJs come to me when they do find someone that's hot, or they do find, what I'm saying? So it has to be somebody that I respect their opinion, one, and two, that knows how records work and how records build. So usually a DJ will come to me, but I do feel, if somebody's working and you see them working, just say if it was in the Cleveland scene, you'll see like somebody like a Shuicide Holla, and he's doing the proper steps and he is working, then, hey, let's create a situation, or let me show you how to develop this more. So not that you're a one-hit wonder, or, that you become a total artist and not just here for one song and out.
Okay. So you mentioned Shuicide Holla. Okay. So basically he's building relationships with DJs. He has a buzz going in the city. Are your eyes open wide enough to see past just the local, buzz? Like, what if you have these artists that are actually appearing on these websites and these magazines and these publications that you actually assist with, but they didn't use your assistance to get to those publications? Like, do you have other representatives that kind of like your eyes and ears to the city when you're not here, or just basically trying to just understand your total process? Like, do you feel that it's artists that you respect and you see that they're grinding and are working? Like, is there something that they're missing that you aren't reaching out to them to work with them?
I want to just keep it honest. Like, there's not too many artists that are popping that I haven't helped or been affiliated with, and it doesn't have to be me bragging and boasting on helping them.
You bragging a little
It
bit.
just
It's
may be
cool.
an email or a phone call, just saying like, "Yo, this is my guy. Look out for him." You know what I'm saying? Or treat him like you would treat me if he in your city.
Okay, so basically
You know
you're saying that that you need the referrals. 'Cause you said that it's
you,
not. It's
I mean,
not a lot
you
of
need
artists.
there's artists that are, at the end of the day, this industry, it takes a lot to help build out an artist. It just can't be one person. So a lot of times you need a support system. That's one of the biggest things that I wanted to create a platform for, was a support system for the artist. So whether it be a DJ crew, whether it be an online campaign, whether it be a grassroots promotional tour to help create a groundswell on an artist. So a lot of times artists they are doing the proper steps, and at the end of the day, like, the industry is only so small. You got to realize it's been downsized from 10 labels to pretty much about 4 or 3.5, really. So everybody kind of knows each other in the industry. So when it comes, especially say if it's a local artist that's doing great things, it usually comes from a referral or somebody that's inside the market, which is me majority of the time, saying like, okay, yeah, I mess with this artist. Please help him as much as you can, and I'll do a favor for you.
Is it gonna cost me? Well, you did to say a favor for you. So
Hmm.
I'm throwing an example out there. Somebody like Kip Stone. Are you familiar with the artist Kip Stone?
Yeah, I think he's a really dope artist. We also have a series called The Cosign, which is a collective of DJs, artists, and tastemakers and bloggers. And Kip Stone was one of the standouts. And he's not a high profile artist, but in that grog shop, Coventry Lane, you know, he's really like that next budding star.
And what makes you a high profile artist?
When you do start getting reviews in Double XL and Complex, and the music is starting to saturate outside of the city, and it's moving around a lot more. So Kip Stone has the same type of fan base that he does in Cleveland as he does in Chicago or Milwaukee or
You saying when
St.
he
Louis.
does or if he does?
He does already.
Okay. Okay. So is he considered a high profile artist or no?
I think he's a high profile artist. Like, anytime you get major media coverage on your music and on you as an artist, I think that's taking your career to the next level. It also opens a lot of doors. And one thing about music and one thing about dealing with these labels is that they want to have reference points for you as an artist, that you're growing and you're developing a brand and you're developing a fan base.
Okay, so it's safe to say that you will be working with him in the near future.
I mean, I do work with Kip Stone. He didn't give me a shout out in Double XL because he likes
Is that another
my,
brag? That
you know
sounds
what I'm
like
saying?
we gotta
No,
get
I
a
used to
ticket.
plug. Like, I gave him the president. He is who he is. Like, I know this guy personally, so I'm not taking anything away from him. It's just what I'm trying to get these artists to understand is that the people that complain about working with him, I want him to lay out the facts on what would contribute to me working with you. You know what I mean? Like, this is not an attack on his character. I'm more or less trying to get him to state facts so these artists can understand what it takes to necessarily work with him.
A check.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, anybody that works with me pops. Anybody that doesn't is okay.
So Q, in the theme of the ghetto nerds, right? So
Uh-huh.
ghetto will sometimes be misconstrued as being street and like a negative connotation, but personally feel like you take those rules and laws that you learned in the hood, and how does that translate into the boardrooms or into those meetings? How do you do both?
Are you a ghetto
It's
nerd
just-
first? You should have asked him, was he a ghetto nerd?
He said
first?
that when he first got a phone.
He said he
It's
is.
really about communication. It's really about communication and how you can communicate with people. Like that was the biggest vision. Like, one of my great stories is just meeting Queen Latifah in Puerto Rico one day, and that's when I was just fresh into the game. And I was like, yo, how could you, be from the hood and be a rapper, and then all of a sudden you're a manager, and then you're producing movies and television shows and all this kind of stuff. And she said, I know how to communicate what's in my head to a corporate boardroom for them to see my vision and outline a plan for it. And I was like, that convinced me at an early age, like, I need to think bigger and broader about what I'm doing and how my work can affect, whether it be a city, whether it be a state, whether it be a region. You know what I'm saying? So starting off a guy, like I said, that used to pass out flyers, no one could probably ever think that, hey, that could be a guy that could sign me one day, or that will be a guy that signs me one day, or helps me have a label meeting, or gives me a single deal to help change my family or my family situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's just from what it is and what it can become, it's just really your vision, your passion about what you have. And if you can go into a room in front of 14, at the end of the day, they're more than likely middle-aged to older-age people, and convince them about a 17, 18, 19, 25-year-old kid whose only job or only wanted to be a rapper in their life or about their music. It's crazy. The same thing is about convincing T-Mobile when they were doing sidekicks and G1 phones that, hey, if we start an urban campaign, we can increase sales by this amount. We can make it cool and trendy. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing.
So the last few years, I've seen you circle back personally into the community, into the schools, and things of that nature. So I have this statement, and I want to know what's your thoughts on it.
Okay.
Personally, I feel hip-hop has done more for race relations than any like senator or anybody can ever do. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I agree.
Why?
Because it was the first thing that kind of put a heavy perspective on the inner city and the hood, and it made suburban America want to come to the hood to see what was going on. And then it also, you can literally be in the dorm room and your roommate might be Caucasian, and you guys are singing along to the same music, feeling the same joy and the same pain or the same anger, you know what I'm saying, or the same happiness. Same, you might want to smoke together, you might want to drink together, but it was just a whole different vibe that combined people. So when I go to a Kanye West concert and I see one rapper on one stage, no hype man, no opening acts, no nothing, bring 22,000 people together like it was an NBA program or an NFL program or something like that, that just shows me like what hip hop has done. It's moved the culture forward and together, and it let people know like, hey, you don't have to believe traditional media. We're telling you what's going on right now, just straight from us, straight to you. And it's kind of like being, you know, in a sense, what social media did for the community. So it just gives you a direct message from you to your fan base.
How dope was Mike Dean at that Kanye West concert?
Very, very. Everything was great. I can't complain, man.
I was just saying.
It wasn't even a concert. It was just an experience.
Light Skin is giving me a look like.
I think I throw my hands up in the air. Like, speaking of the concert,
She
thanks
didn't
for
make it.
inviting me.
No,
Like,
but
Juan texted me at like 6:30, like I'm on my way to the concert.
Hey,
and then
so-
now I'm hearing you're there. I thought you was out of town, Q.
but Q, like Mike Dean was the sound man, the bass guitar, and he was on keys, all while having a cigar in his mouth. That dude was amazing.
It's called Superman. We call people like that Superman.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Q, let's get back to this book, Making It in the Midwest. It's already released, am I correct, on Amazon.com. I'll make sure I'm actually logging in right now, and I'm downloading that book right now. How did you guys come together to decide to make this book, to create this book?
You know, I like, if Juan just told you, like, I doubled back to get into the school system, and I wanted to do more than just come in there as a Def Jam rep. I wanted to come in there as an author, something that makes it a little bit more significant when I come in. And then a lot of kids always ask me questions. So they asked me questions about how to get into the music industry, what to do, how to do it, etc. So I just made a little I didn't want to do a big long drawn out book. I wanted to make it short, brief for people's attention span. So I reached out to Brian Essence Collins, and he's been a friend of mine. He's been an intern with the Ohio Hip Hop Awards. He's been a writer for a lot of the blogs and stuff like that. So we just wanted to create some literature, and like I said, just being in the different eras of music. Like I've really been through 3 eras of music. So, from the Eminem Shady Records days to the E1 days with Jim Jones and DJ Unk and all that, Mike Jones and Paul Wall. And then I've been a part of this new wave with Machine Gun Kelly and Wale and Drake, and even now with the new rappers like Famous Dex and a Little Cray and Young Thug and all that kind of stuff. So just seeing it all, I just wanted to make but the artist change, the business structure doesn't. The only thing that's different right now is the only biggest thing is the internet and streaming. That's the only thing that's changed, but it's still the same business structure. It's still the same type of agreements. Like nothing's really changed as far as that aspect.
So Q, being the plug of the Midwest, how about let's take it to Cleveland? If you had to give me the 5 people that were up next, in no particular order, who would be your 5?
Up next, Paper Park, Little Cray. I still like Nefertiti Avani on the female soul side. I think she has the look and the voice and the sound that could be on some next level. I like Lorene Chia. And
that was a big record with AV.
Who else would it be? Fifth person. I like Kip Stone. I think I named him already.
Never heard of him, and you didn't name him. No.
Yeah, Kip. I like Kip. Kip is that whole concert hall. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna be like one of those artists like that can go along and do tours and stuff like that once his music's saturated into different markets.
Well, Q, you naming all these big artists. Give me something that we may not know about one of those artists that you work with.
He just said Kip Stone. You said you didn't know him.
No, we're talking about he was like mainstream.
You talking mainstream, man? He the Midwest plug.
No,
even though he's working with Def Jam and all that, but his feet is planted in the Midwest.
You just gave him a hard time about thinking local, and then now you said, "Let me ask the man a question about him spreading his wings." Mr. Taylor, give us give us something man, I was there. No names, please, though. Just give us something like, yo, you ain't go. You know what I mean?
A good story.
Yeah,
okay, so last year, a year and a half ago, I was in LA. I was doing a West Coast version of my tour, and I got a text. And it's like, yo, boom, boom, boom. So it was FKI, there's some really dope producers. They're really dope EDM producers, but they also did like the OJ Makos and, a lot of the trap stuff that was coming out of Atlanta in 2014. So they start producing for like T.I. and French Montana and all that kind of stuff. So I was in LA, so I hit up my guy, DJ EV, who at the time lived in LA or still lives in LA, and he had Rami Beats over his house. So I end up picking them guys up and going over FKI's house. So when I pull up to the house, literally he texts me, it's like, yo, I'm in the White House. And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking he lives in a White House that's on the corner. Yeah. So it was literally a White House mansion that looked like the White House in LA. So we go into the studio. He's like, yo, bro, I had met him, and he was on my Nerve DJ call. I had met him in Texas at South by Southwest, and we've been cool for like 3 years. So he's like, man, I just want to play you some joints. And I'm like, okay, bet. So we vibing, we drinking. It's like a big house where like probably 30, 40 people are there. But we just in the studio portion of the house. And so probably 35, 45 minutes into it, he kicks this guy that's laying on the floor. He's like, wake up, man, play some of your joints. And this Caucasian guy gets a long hair, grill in his mouth, flips his hair back, and he starts playing his joint. And the second joint that he played, end up becoming a 2-time platinum record called White Iverson, and the kid was Post Malone, and that's how we met.
I actually like that song, believe it or not.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty smooth, like, you know.
Yeah, so
I know I'm a nerd, but the ghetto part of me likes it though.
Yeah, that's how I got introduced to Post Malone, and you know, right now Post Malone is on tour with Justin Bieber, and his single is going crazy, and you know, so he's on his second or third record, and you know, that's how it is. That's like usually in the music industry, that's how it is. Like I'll meet somebody, and you know, like we'll just become friends, and just from becoming friends, it just turns into a lot of music and a lot of business. So it's kind of why I'm still here.
Sweet.
Well, I'm super excited about the book. You know, he's like a friend. He is a friend to me. He actually got me in a lot of good situations. So I'm super proud of you. I love the innovations, like, you know, everything you bring to the table with the school on the way. We'll get you back on the show to talk about that a little bit. But the fact that you made a book, you sent me the link, I'm like, yo, this is big. So it's kind of like, I don't want to say the name, but you kind of reminded me of a Midwest DJ Khaled. But anyway, you Big Hef. You're the Midwest Big Hef. And I just want you to keep going, you know what I mean? Because you motivate me in so many different ways. People love you, people hate you. But, you know, our relationship is from the heart, you know what I mean? Like I said, you put me in great positions. You put a lot of other local artists. You're actually helping out with the industry artists. Just keep doing your thing. I'm going to keep supporting everything anytime. Before we go, though, I definitely want to talk about the Nerve DJs
conference, the 13th anniversary weekend.
It's coming up.
Yes. We are in the midst of next week, October 14th through the 16th. We're having our Nerve DJ anniversary, 13-year anniversary weekend. It starts off with a listening party at the Buckley House. I got Sway coming in from Sway in the Morning Show, BT's One Shot. I have Reggie Hawkins, Program Director of Hip Hop Nation and Shade 45. I have Rel Carter, Senior A&R at Rock Nation. I'll be there representing Def Jam Records. So, Shanero Hawkins will be there.
Are the Ghetto Nerds invited?
STA Awards. Definitely the Ghetto Nerds are definitely invited if you guys want to come.
I looked at him like, what do you mean? Like,
I just wanted to have more records saying that.
We're actually involved in Right to the Beat, but we'll let Quincy finish that part and we'll do our plug.
So, and then one of the great things that I'm a part of right now is that they have made me a part of the A&R room, which is just like a cultivating group, just helping new artists with their situations at the end of the day. So it's going to be a really dope experience. I'm really happy to bring the industry back to Cleveland. Like last year, I did the Deal Makers Conference where we brought 13 different A&Rs into Cleveland. And, you know, from that situation, then you have Ezzy, and then you have Ray Jr., and you have a lot of Cleveland artists getting played on national platforms. So I just wanted to do something else to help my culture move forward, my community move forward again. And I just want to continue to do that, you know, over the next couple of years. And we're just going to make things happen, you know. Like it started off with a kid that just wanted to put on for Cleveland. Then I wanted to put on for Ohio. Now I want to put on for the Midwest. And that's kind of just what it is.
That's just what it is. That was a nice ending. That's just what it is. So big up. If you're not following him right now, make sure you follow Big Hef Midwest.
Big Hef Midwest, fresh on IG if you like to see it in the picture format. BIGHEFF on Twitter. And, you know, I want to really appreciate the Ghetto Nerds. I got my glasses on right now.
Yeah, you got to send us a picture with that.
So I'm really
got to post it on the
right
website. I appreciate you, because you already know what it is, man. I gave you a call and you told me go ahead and do it, and I appreciate you, man. I can't say it enough. Some people might not tell you enough, but I actually love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
You know, I'm not an emotional type of person, but I do have a short bottle of Tito's here, so it's acceptable for me to say I love you, and it's true, and it's from the heart. So keep doing your thing. I'm here. I'm probably one of your biggest fans. Just make sure you set up a meeting with Kip Stone pretty soon.
Call her tomorrow and see if she feels the same way.
I do. Quincy knows. We have a great relationship. Like if you knew the type of conversations that me and Quincy have, like maybe once every quarter, like he's probably the reason why I'm not in jail for killing somebody. He took his glasses off. He's not a nerd right now.
Statute of limitation is never up on murder. Tell her that, man. Please.
But you're a part of the grind right now. Actually, you'll see a picture shortly just to show you. We're actually recording live in my dining room right now because we had electrical issues at our office. So we're recording live, but I appreciate your time, taking the time out to kick it with us. We'll upload you. We'll show you love, and make sure you send us that picture with your glasses on, because we got.
Yep. Shout out to Juan too, man. He gave me a lot of opportunity when I wanted to start being in the school systems, and
Yeah, he's the nerd part
starting,
of this.
Yeah,
don't tell people that,
and
they gonna start calling me. Because if they whack, they whack. Just like you treat an artist, that's how I'm guarded about my community and the schools, bro. So, like, for real.
So you basically saying that you don't really work with a lot of people?
Come on, Q. Was it just like, hey, come on, come on, man.
So y'all had like a Q&A, a little powwow session or whatever?
No. You know what? I'm relentless with it. So he thought I was gonna fall off, but
I didn't think you was gonna fall off. I'm telling you, like, the kids are my Def Jam. How about that? We'll put it that way.
Yeah,
so you just ain't gonna take anybody to Def Jam, right?
No. You know what the crazy thing is? Last week I got a chance to speak at a high school in Indianapolis, and it was like my first out-of-state speaking engagement at a high school. So I was really nervous. I was like, man, what if these kids don't like me? What if they not like the kids from Ohio? But then, 5 minutes into it, I was like, yo, just be yourself, and they gonna see it come through. And I put two kids that were in a session. I put them into a studio session where they recorded their first song ever, their first professionally recorded song. So I think it was dope.
Nice.
All right, Q. I'll go ahead and send you an email or a text so we can set this meeting up with Kipstone. Because they on my ass about
Tell her there's no moonlighting. Like, you can't be at work working some other stuff.
Right.
This is what we do, though. We multitask.
She working her interview sessions, but I got
I'm saying I ain't no president of the label or nothing like that, but I just I support my people, and I know that obviously something is missing, so I'll be the piece to the piece. So you get the 20%, and I get the 2%.
I gotta hear this Kip
So
Stone.
the crazy part about it is, like, with Kip Stone, I had never met him before, but we had just had listened to his music in the cosign. Like, at the cosign, we play a whole bunch of random music. A lot of times I don't know none of the music. Like, I've literally been out of town, so sometimes I feel a little bit disconnected with the market, but it's still home to me. So we playing a lot of music, so we play Kip Stone. I'm like, yo, that's dope. So I think Corey Graham's like, yo, this one of the joints that's rocking on Coventry, and like in these, like, all, not, I want to say nightclubs, but just like nice, cool spots. So that's what turned me on the Kip. And then we had a cosign lunch, like it was after Summer Jam of last year. We had like a lot of reps and stuff, and that was the first time I personally met Kip Stone, and it was just a cool vibe, like, yo, man. He's like, yo, bro, I appreciate your work. I thank you for putting on this cosign. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually Steph Floss is the one that actually called a meeting, and but they think that I'm the head of the cosign.
Okay.
So he's just like, yo, I appreciate you for rocking and supporting Cleveland music, man. I really do appreciate it, because one of the things that we like to do, we like to take the music from within the market and we take it to all the labels, we take it to all the different cities, and we have priorities that we play and get DJs to play. So if you're in the Brown Stadium, if you're in the Cavs Stadium, if you're on radio, if you're in a nightclub, you hear the music from our city getting played. And we just wanted to provide a vibe just so everybody else can rock out with. So if you go to Miami, you're going to hear 4 or 5 Miami people. But when you come to Cleveland, we want to give you the sound of Cleveland. And this was, but shout out to Kip Stone, man. I really support him. I've talked to him. I had him come in for interviews. I've done other interviews with him outside the market. So I really rock with his music.
All right, this is just like a shameless plug. I want to let you guys know that he did just get a placement with Marvel Comics, so that is on the way.
Kip Stone.
You know so he's one of those underrated artists, but more or less, Quincy, I know you've been in contact with him. I know you've been a part of the cosign, but I personally want to be a part of this connection. So, like I said, you get the 15%. Just give me 5. We're gonna
moonlighting like a mug.
But we working though. So, Quincy, once again, like I said, thank you for taking time out your busy schedule. I got somebody calling in on the other one.
All right, appreciate y'all.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. I'll see you next weekend at the Nerve DJs Midwest Conference for the Right to Beat, and we'll go ahead and plug that in. I will talk to you soon, brother.
All right.
Bye. Why it seem like you're a little bit down today? Can I get you a little bit more energy or no? No?
Depends on the guest.
Depends on the guest. All right, well, we got some lovely ladies on the show today. You know
I'm getting married, right, though?
Okay, but it's cool. We got the main girls, man. They calling live from the DMV.
I love that place.
The DMV?
Yes.
All right, well, we got them on the line already, so let's go ahead and get them tuned in. Ladies, what's up? How you ladies doing?
Good, how are you?
That's good. That's good. All right. For those of the people who don't know, Main Girl is a female group. It's a 3-person group. Basically, they are signed to Sony. They have this new single out called Hoopty. So first of all, I want to thank you ladies for taking the time out your schedule. I know you ladies have been working hard doing promo for your new single. Now, knowing you guys are from the DMV, we got to ask, with the combined sound you ladies have, is go-go influenced your journey in any type of way with creating music?
We definitely love the bounce beat, so we
Okay.
are definitely, we love go-go. Deja's actually from B-More, so she's
Okay.
actually brought us into a lot of the B-More dances as well. But me and Bree, you know, we grew up going to the go-go's, appreciating go-go music, so I would say definitely it did inspire us to some extent.
Okay. All right.
So, ladies, this is Juan. How you doing this evening?
Good, how are you?
So, I'm listening to the song Hoopty, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. It's about you guys being like the Maserati of women, and the other chicks being like a Honda with 3 tires, right? Is that correct?
Well, the Hoopty song, it's funny how we came up with it. We did it in a session with Swag that from Progressive Music Group or whatever. So we just sitting down talking about, you know what I'm saying, what we thought the beat sounded like. And somebody said Hoopty, and we was like, oh, okay, so we could like play off of that. So it's not necessarily physical, but just how you carry yourself too. Like if you know, acting like a lame, like if you messing with a lame, you know what I'm saying? We just saying, why you messing with that Hoopty when you can get with this Rose? Like Rose Royce. You know, that car has class.
It
Nice
cost a lot
build,
too.
you know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of stuff we was going with it.
So that kind of goes into my next point. We were having the debate. No matter, let's just say you and I were dating, right? And I stopped dating you and I started dating, let's just say, Miss America or something. Would you guys really give the props and say, well, he really did upgrade himself, or would she be considered a hoopty as well? Because, come on, before you answer, you know chicks turn their nose up and like, she ain't even all that anyway.
Come on, ladies. I need you ladies to say the right thing for me on here. We got some money on the table and everything, and I told them that you guys are going to say the right thing. So the question is basically, or will you guys give credit what credit is due? If your man left you and went to something better, are you going to continue to call her a hoopty, or if she's bad, are you going to give her credit what credit is due?
There's never anything better than a main girl, so I don't know too many people. No, we not no haters though. We not no haters.
Well, main girls, is there?
I'm gonna keep it real. Like I don't know where he gonna go after me. So
Right. No, that's right.
Hey, main girls, is there a side girl as well too though? Got quiet. I like silence. No, I just had to ask that question. I'm like, they talking about a hoopty, but sometimes hoopties get you through the winter, if you know what I mean. They don't like talking to me, I see.
They like, what? What are you talking about? But okay, ladies, I see you ladies been working together for about 8 years now. I just got a question. Basically, how did you guys come up with the group title Main Girl, the group name Main Girl?
it's funny how it came together because our manager was actually when we first got put together. Asking us did we want to join a girl group, and people were like constantly asking him, you know what I'm saying, make a girl group, you know, that would be hard if he doesn't have a girl group to look after. So once that happened, someone kind of just was just saying names, like list of different names, and somebody said main girl, and they were like, what do you mean main girl? It's 3 girls in the group, you know what I'm saying? And around that time, Pretty Ricky was out too. And so it was funny like how they played off of that too, and we liked the idea that, you know what I'm saying, in this girl group, all of us can sing down. All of us can. Yeah, so everyone, you know what I'm saying, the name Main Girl came up on one of the lists that we had made, and so we were just thinking about it. We were like, you know what, people love to ask girl groups, period. You know, who's the main girl, who's the lead? You know what I'm saying? That's where we come different. We all sing lead, we all sing background, we all come together to be one main girl. So that's kind of how we came up with the name, and everyone started rocking with it. So we were like, all right, let's go with it.
Okay, sounds dope. I'm with it. I support it. You guys are beautiful. I'm looking at your pictures right now. You guys definitely can maintain the title Main Girl.
So
appreciate it.
So I wouldn't be a man if I didn't ask, is Main Girl single? People, inquiring minds want to know.
Main Girl is
Main Girl is what?
Main Girl is single.
Main Girl is single.
Oh, okay. Well,
So they are available, but make sure you come correct.
So when are you guys coming to Cleveland?
We'd love to. You know what I'm saying? Whenever y'all would have us, we'd love to definitely come rock out with the Cleveland Mafia.
Okay.
I like that. They already know what it is when they come to Cleveland. They said the Cleveland Mafia. Gotta make sure I get my girls ready. We ready for y'all. We actually let some people hear the song the other day. We had a little listening session, and everybody was vibing out to the record. Yeah, so the ladies definitely relating to the music. The fellas, you know how they do. But as long as we come in, everybody looking good, they gonna appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what's up.
They'll be rocking with us sooner or later.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Well, if they ain't rocking with it, they some hoopties anyway.
Wow.
NT way, you hear me?
Wow. Yo. That was a good one. I like that.
That was a good one, yeah. Okay, ladies, let me ask you this question. I see the single has been gaining legs since it was released late last month, including the Hoopty Challenge on social media. How has things changed for you ladies since the release of the song?
We've been getting a lot of positive feedback, so that's one thing.
I think they were really loving it. That last single was so crazy. We loved that single too. It was a song called Stingy, and we were getting spins on our local radio stations in our hometown and different things like that. So I think when we came with Hoopty, they appreciated it a lot because they were just like, you know what I'm saying, you never know what's gonna come with that next song. Like it's gonna be better than the last one, so they were definitely rocking with it. So we appreciate the feedback and the love they're showing to this record because it was really just a fun dance record that we just really enjoyed recording.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I see the hashtag going. I'm actually gonna have to upload me one. The Hoopty
Yes,
Challenge.
we would love to see yours.
Represent for the Cleveland Mafia one time.
I'll just be the cameraman. I'm not doing it. I'll just record it.
Yeah, that's cool. You can just sit there and watch. Mm-hmm. That's what we want anyway.
No,
right.
First of all, the Hoopty dance is unisex, so we're going to need to see yours too.
No, I'm just not a dancer.
He's
I'm
not
just,
a dancer, ladies.
I enjoy watching Hoopties dance
It's
too.
it's a fun, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing serious. It's just a fun little dance.
Well, I traveled to the DMV a lot, and those guys have too much energy for me, so I like to play the sideline.
You can't compete with the Hoopty Challenge.
Okay.
And those guys are extremely poetic too. Like
Not with the dance moves though.
You know, it's weird. Like you go to one part of town, they'll give you a poem that changed the world, and then you cross the street, and they are just getting it, like sweating. So you get the best of all worlds in the DMV. I really appreciate it up there.
And you just sitting there, just looking, just in amazement.
Yeah.
So when we bring Main Girl to the city, what you gonna do?
I'll pick them up in a hoopty and see if they're really about that life. That's what I'll do.
They not hopping in a hoopty. They're not going to get in a hoopty. All right, ladies. I want to tell you, ladies, thank you for tuning in with us. I know you ladies are busy promoting the single. We're going to have to get you guys up here. I'm going to talk to the Midwest rep and get him to get you ladies up here and rep one time for the Main Girls. Before I let you go, though, let me go ahead and get you to shout out your social media websites and any upcoming tours, anything you ladies might have coming up that we need to check out.
Well, we're definitely going to have a school tour coming up. We're going to release those dates on our social media, so make sure you follow us at Main Girl 365. That's MAINGIRL 365, and that's on every social network you can think of. So please hit up our website as well, maingirlworld.com, and you can always look forward to some exciting things from us.
Well, I can't wait to get you ladies to Cleveland, so be looking out for that request.
Thank you.
Right.
We appreciate you guys for having us on today.
All right.
All right.
Be safe, ladies. Enjoy your trip.
Thank you.
What you think?
About the song?
The song Hoopty. What you think
Yeah,
about Hoopty?
I can see that movement moving. I mean, every chick think they're a Maserati or something of some sort, so I can see that catching on.
And they have great energy. I like them. They're confident.
They're easy on the eyes.
Easy on the eyes.
Yeah.
That's always a good thing.
It's a great thing, especially in a visual-driven society.
Yeah, and they've been together. They sound very coherent. Like they're all in a group. You know, they're.
I mean, 8 years and they haven't broken up yet, and we haven't heard a scandal.
Right, no scandal. We might have to check into that though to make sure.
I'm not gonna be that messy person, but when you find it, screenshot it. I'll look at it.
Yeah. But good luck to those girls.
Main girl, or is it with the S?
It's Main Girl. You heard what she said.
No, I was just checking because it's easy to say main girls when it's more than one of them. Just want to get it
But
correct.
they're basically saying they are the main girl.
Yeah. So What about your weekend? What you been up to?
What did I do this weekend?
I went to the Kanye concert.
Oh yeah, while you were at the Kanye concert, I was.
Great seats, by the way, too.
Tell me about those seats, because you didn't tell me anything about the seats.
What, that LeBron and Kyrie were like right there?
No, you didn't tell me.
Oh, I left.
Okay,
that
so
part
how exactly did this happen? Because I got a text from you like 5 minutes before it was concert time.
And I got a text 2 minutes before I text you because I was with my nephew, and then.
So who do we hold responsible for this? For just calling you with
Listen,
a ticket? Happened to be front row.
I know a guy.
You know a guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do my research though, because I think I know who you was with.
And it was a great time. A great concert.
Concert was dope.
Yeah. The best part was Mike Dean, playing
Superman.
the guitar and the pianos and the sound, man. I'm just lucky that it wasn't New York.
Why you say that?
I mean, he walked off the stage because his wife got robbed.
Oh yeah, about that.
What? I mean, I'm just happy that didn't happen in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm glad she's okay. I can imagine.
Chloe was there too. She was right up there too. My bad. Yeah.
Chloe was at a concert?
She was there. Yeah. Chloe, Tiana. I'm saying it like we texting buddies. Yeah. But yeah, all
so
of them.
Tiana was there. Was Iman there?
Of course she was there.
So
I thought she was coming out on the stage.
Oh, so they was on the stage. They wasn't like sitting
No,
in the row.
so we were
about to
sitting.
beef.
No, we were sitting right here, and then they were sitting right there. We were in the same section. Yeah.
How the? Did I miss
I
out
know
on
a guy.
Okay, guy, if you're tuned in, which I know you probably are, can next time you call me instead of Juan? I mean,
To sound like you're hating, like
I'm not hating. I'm just saying, like, why wouldn't you guys include me in that?
because the day before he called me and I was available to him.
Did the daughter come? Did I ask you about?
You asking some personal questions.
Did the daughter come that I asked you about?
Yes, I told you.
Okay.
Read the text. I said I believe she's coming
I'm
as
just
well.
making sure she actually showed up. We ain't gonna do no names.
Auntie came.
So there's so it must have been like some exclusive stuff going on. I just was not included in this like lineup. It had to be some exclusive stuff going on.
You probably should reevaluate your circle of friends. Then, yeah.
Right. And it's crazy. I just had a meeting with him like probably 2 days before the concert.
People aren't like happy about meetings. They just like to meet.
He was excited about the meeting.
Yeah, but he was more excited about the concert.
All right, well, I won't hold anything against him considering there's a new concert coming up that I definitely need tickets for. So, Mr. Guy, if you're listening, like I know you are, I would like to be included in those tickets.
That guy don't like to be called out either.
Well, it's cool. Well, I won't hold anything against him right now, but I will say if I don't get that backstage access, I mean, I'll pay for my own tickets, but if I don't get that backstage access to meet some of my stars, my favorite artists growing up, then we might have a problem. So I don't know.
He also said he didn't take threats lightly either.
I get a pass. I'm allowed to threaten people without any repercussion. I am the ghetto to this nerd situation. You get what I'm saying? So knowing that I'm from the ghetto, they're going to respect the situation.
I'll FaceTime you from the concert.
No, you're not. You watch. I'll be on you 24/7 the day of the concert. I wish you would. Like, seriously. No, it's cool. I'm going to buy my tickets to the concert. So that's not the issue.
I'll FaceTime you from backstage.
Okay, that's what we're not going to do. Then we'll have a problem. Right?
I mean, no sense of both missing it. Somebody got to be able to get
but you went to
content.
this one. So let me go to the next one.
No.
Please?
Mm-mm.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to buy my ticket to the concert. I don't know if you understand. I'm going to buy my ticket
No, I got that part.
to the concert.
No, I got that part.
Okay.
But I was talking about like,
That's all we need to talk about.
yo, hey, that was a great show. I'm gonna take a picture from my cousin. She's all the way up there. Wave to her. Yeah. Let's FaceTime her. Yeah.
But we already got beef from the Jay-Z situation years ago when it was the voting situation. You just
They called and they.
But it's certain things
Those
that
are
you're
private.
supposed to call
Those are
before.
private
No, it's
matters,
not.
and you
No,
bring it
it's
in
not.
public. No one knows about that.
All right. Well, anyway, why I'm at Jay-Z?
She mad at me because
He didn't take me to go see Jay-Z.
she didn't get involved in the political process, and then the guy that did
I
call
don't
him.
care about the politics. You definitely could left me out of that part. But I'm saying
But that was a byproduct
you shook
of.
hands with one
No,
of the most important people in
I
my
didn't
life.
shake his hand. He gave me some dap. Like, what's up, man? So, what do you? It's a
Let's
big
move on
difference.
because I'm getting anxiety. Not like the way I'm feeling right now because I'm remembering that day, seeing that picture, in that situation.
You talking about the day? Dave Chappelle was there that day
I
too.
don't care about no damn Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
I don't
is
care.
my nigga.
Jay-Z. I don't care about Dave Chappelle. That's what we beefing about.
Oh, okay.
And I got over it and we moved on, but now I'm starting to get
You brought it up.
Anyway, let's get into last week's.
We got on this because you was asking me about my weekend. I was telling you how great mine was at the Kanye concert. But you also spent some time with one of Cleveland's budding superstars right now, didn't you?
I like that. Budding superstars.
That's the nerd part of me. You know, a thesaurus is always nearby.
Shout out, because I done had my little sip of Tito's.
You met with Tito's?
Mm-hmm. Me and Tito's had a conversation prior to the show. So you can handle the nerd part. I'll handle the ghetto part. But yeah, I did get a chance to go to Shuicide listening party. He has a new project he's releasing out called Goals. And it's greatness on all levels of success. Wow, and I wasn't even looking at that when I just said that.
That
True
was
fan.
a goal of yours to be great
True
when you
fan.
introduced that part.
True fan. But yeah, that's my boy though. But I had a chance to sit down and talk with him after his listening session, which was actually a great turnout. I think he was actually excited about the turnout. A lot of DJs, a lot of tastemakers in the city came out. So I'm going to go ahead and let you know how that interview went. Go ahead and plug that in. In the building tonight for the listening party for the Shuicide Holla. The name of the album is Goals. It's actually an acronym. It stands for something. We'll let them get into that in a second. But for right now, first off, I want to just say congratulations. Me knowing you personally, I know your story. I remember the driveway conversation we had, and you told me that you wanted to switch from dancing to rapping, and you asked what I thought about that, and I told you, yeah, and I remember telling you, if there's something that you really want to do, go ahead and do it, but what I want you to do is never let up. Once you press the gas, never let up, and that's exactly what you did. And here we are about 4 or 5 years later, maybe, since this boy been going. He done been through, a couple different situations along the way, but I just want to tell you that I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you. So, first question I want to ask you, though, just to kind of touch on kind of like the beginning of your career, how you got started. Maybe talk about some of the producers that you worked with initially, because I know the sound has changed since the beginning for sure. I remember that first project you recorded with Truth. You know what I mean? And everybody was a little shaky about it, but you went back in and, you came back with a whole new sound. So let's talk about the beginning of the career and how was it, along the way.
Look, it's been a mad, wild journey, man. Like I said, like you said, about 4.5 years, but back then I was really on just like taking industry Jones and just ripping them up limb to limb, with a bunch of bars. But over time, I learned to start, hooking up with producers and things like that. I learned to start forming songs. Like, it took me, honestly, to about, 2013 to even start making songs, real songs. I was just on doing these industry joints, getting my vocal out, letting people hear me with the bars and things like that. But it's definitely, man, from where I am now to where I came from, it's been, a lot of things that happened. I never let up, man. I remember the conversation we had. The major thing you told me was make sure I got my mind right.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? And that was real important because I've been through a lot of things that would have really tested you mentally and would have really had somebody like, yo, what, man, I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I kept my mind right and I just kept cooking. And now I got, that power to influence people in that way. And I'm glad I got all these people that support and rock and listen whenever I'm ready to drop.
So I know, like I said, you've been working for about 4.5 years now, which is considered still entry level. You know what I mean? But you've done a lot in those 4.5 years. Let's talk about the transition. When did you see your career obviously kind of switch gears when you went kind of from local to kind of not necessarily mainstream, because I know it's still a long way to go, but just a transition where you start, like you said in the song, the phone calls start coming and stuff like that. Would you say Hit Them Folks is what, with your transition?
I would say early 2016, I put together a joint called Hit Them Folks. I reached out to a couple fellow Cleveland artists, man, a couple of my homies, Young Shank, Free Shank, and I reached out to Preem DiBiase. He was coming off of a hot joint, Bust It Down. And we put the joint together. I reached out. They got on there, put their verses on there. I went and got it mixed and mastered all the way up. And I put the joint out, man. I just was hungry, grinding, man, reaching out to a lot of kids, asking them if they would cook up to the joint. I got turned down a lot, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people turned up to it. And it just really just started to go viral, I want to say around March, April 2016. I just kept pushing that joint and kept pushing it, man, and it just went national and global, and then it was just a wrap from there, man. Everything I do from here on out is on that national spotlight. So they looking to see if I'm a mess up or if I'm gonna keep cooking.
All right, so now let's get into this new project, Goals. All right, it's an acronym. It stands for something. I know what it stands for. I want you to tell the people what it stands for.
Goals, the acronym, man. I sat down and concocted this up with my squad, man. It stands for greatness on all levels of success, and that just basically means like like anybody when you're young, you set goals short and long term, and the way I present it is anything that I ever set out to do, I always set to do it the best that I could, better than everybody else. I'm a competitor at the end of the day. If you say you a hooper, let's hoop. You know what I'm saying? Let's ball. I want to see if I'm better than you. So I said that when I was dancing, I did that to the best of my ability. Whether it was being a class clown, I wanted to be funnier than that fool. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Like that's the way I said it, man. So when I say greatness on all levels of success, I mean I just basically mean that I strive to just be the best, period. You know what I'm saying? Not only coming from a dance joint that went viral, I want to be the best, period, man. And when I drop this album, y'all will be able to understand that when y'all listen from track 1 to the outro. Y'all will be able to understand that.
So I got 2 favorites on there so far. From my understanding, it's a couple tracks I haven't got a chance to hear yet. So this might change, but right now, Bags, right? Okay, Bags, right? So I can relate to Bags, okay? The content you're talking about on the record, and y'all can listen to the record. We'll have it on the website as well, since we do got the exclusive key to the album. So we'll make sure that's on the website for y'all, so y'all can understand where I'm coming from. So Bags, let's talk about Bags. Like, what was the concept behind Bags? Talk a little bit about the production, and how you kind of came up with the idea for Bags.
Well, the Bag is produced by a local producer, my young cat, SoCal, man. He been hungry. He been reaching out for me for a couple years now. We finally linked up, but the concept on a Bag is like everybody knows money changes a lot of things. Money isn't always important, but when you got money, a lot of things around you start to form in your favor or change for you. So when I say I'm coming with a bag, and then the way I rap, I'm basically explaining everything that happens when people see me with all this money, or females know I got this money, or I done worked up my way into all this money, and people getting upset about all this money. So that's basically the concept behind the bag, man. I'm coming with a bag. Whether you like it or not, man, I done worked my way up, and I done grinded, and now I got a bag in my pocket, man. And whoever don't like it, they can be mad, and whoever like it, I love it that they do. You know what I'm saying?
One part of the record I respect the most is said something about when you go to the chick, you going to drop her off a bag, and you ain't even going to be mad or something like that. It was something about you dropping the bag off, and then you going to get some head or something. And
I say she gonna take me for some sex. She know I'm coming with a bag. I ain't tripping off of that. She gonna suck me. I ain't licking no cat. So it's like,
that's cool. You give me a bag. You ain't gotta.
Like she know, the chick know I rock with her, but she know why she texting me. She know she need them new, you know what I'm saying, heels, or she know she want this, or she want her phone bill paid or something. She know I'm coming with a bag, so she gonna suck me, and I'm gonna handle that for her.
Yeah, and although oral was good, I can see her not being upset because you did bring her a bag.
I handled something for her. I
brought her the bag.
Bills,
the bag was cool. I take the bag over.
So it's like she using me, I'm using her. It's the same rock.
Fair exchange ain't a robbery. I tell you that. All right, so the outro. I'm big on storytelling. You have a hell of a story to tell, and I know you dropped some records that kind of told your story where you touched on certain situations or whatever. Like, how important was it that you ended your album with that storytelling situation?
It was very important, man. After, like, the type of things that started happening after I dropped Hit Them Folks, I've never witnessed. You know what I'm saying? So it was like people calling my phone left and right saying, oh, I heard you doing this or you doing that. Oh, can I hold this or can I hold, oh, can I come over and do this? And you got a man at the house, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It just juggled my mind up, you know what I'm saying? So that outro, man, that's just like raw emotion. Like, I went in the booth and damn near freestyled that off the top of the head. That's how raw it was. Like, that's why when you listen to the last verse of it, it's so gritty, you know what I'm saying? Because that's really me just expressing myself, man. But the truth, it's titled The Truth, man. It's produced by Sosa 808. He produced Miss 808 as well. And that's just a jump, man, that I just felt like a lot of wild things just started to happen after I dropped my hit single, Hit Them Folks. I wanted to express it to the people. It's very important that y'all hear that, man. When that album come out, I advise everybody to listen to that track, man. Listen to it from the front to the end, because when you get to the end, you're going to appreciate it and be like, I'm turning that joint over.
Cool. So like I said, I want to congratulate you on everything that you've done so far. You actually, I don't really like patting myself on the back, but sometimes, because I do a lot of encouraging people, you know what I'm saying? And people call me for just mental support, you know what I mean? And a lot of that goes to waste, if you ask me. But to me, you are considered like a success story. I don't feel bad about that conversation we had. I'm actually proud for you because for a while I was nervous. I was scared. I didn't really know what your life was going to end up, just knowing, you personally or whatever. So thank you for staying out of trouble. Thank you for using your talent continuously because you went from dancing, you know what I mean, and now you're rapping. I remember you wrote a rap for me too, and I knew you had it. You wrote a rap for me. Y'all don't even know about that. I'm going to try. I might still have that too, folded up somewhere. Man, it was crazy. But he wrote the rap for me, and basically, you know what I'm saying, I knew he had talent. He was already dancing, and like he said, he was a competitor at everything he did. He was actually good at that, and he was meeting people, you know what I mean? So he had a name for that. So for him to make a transition to the music industry, like a lot of other people, they just kind of let up. But one thing Shu did not do is let up. He done changed management, you know what I mean, lost family, some friends along the way, you know what I mean, but he's still pushing. So I want to congratulate you. And like I said, we're just here right now to listen to the session of the goals, but we'll definitely get you back on the show to get the people to kind of more tuned into who you really are, you know what I mean. But before we go, just let us know what's coming up next, and also, your social media and things like that where people can contact you, look you up, and follow your movement.
Yeah, first thing major, man, the album Goals is on the way, mid-October. I haven't set an actual date, but I got some major studio sessions with some unknowns I can't really name right now, but I'm down there in Atlanta doing some major things. I come back, album, mid-October. I want to say, I'm not going to set a date, man, but Goals, the album, coming mid-October. Then from there, I'm just cooking up for the rest of the year, trying to stay busy, man, whipping, trying to make a killing. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let them know where they can follow your movement at.
At Shuicide Holla, man. You can catch me Twitter, Instagram, at SHUICIDEHOLLA, man. Shuicide Holla. SoundCloud, Shuicide Holla. YouTube, Shuicide Holla Vivo, man. That new Hit Them Folks video is out, about to hit like 300K. It's been out for about a month. So I'm just cooking, man. I got the Miss 808 video shoot coming up. That's the second single off the album. It's going wild. A lot of people in here like that genre as well. Album crazy, man. I'm just ready for everybody to hear it, man.
I'm definitely excited.
I got some crazy features on the John. Shout out to all the guys that came out, man. Dre Walton is on the album. B. Sims, he changed his name to Francis Fall. He on the album. We got, I ain't really do too many features. I got Preem and Shank. That's about it.
You got a lot of dope producers and a lot of them from Cleveland, too, so that's mad love for that. But like I said, we'll get you back on the show to discuss more. Once again, congratulations, and make sure I keep you in my prayers and you stay blessed. All right.
So, yeah, that sums it up for the Ghetto Nerds podcast this week. Want to give a big thanks to all our guests, Big Hef, Midwest Fresh, Man Girl, all the way from D.C., our guy Shuicide Holla, got the whole world hitting them folks. Make sure you stay tuned to the Ghetto Nerds podcast. You can check us out on iTunes, Google Play Store. That's Ghetto Nerds Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram, Ghetto Nerds Podcast. Follow our page on Facebook, which is Ghetto Nerds Podcast. And you can definitely check out our website, ghettonerdspodcast.com. And for the lovely light skin, this is Juan G. We'll check you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.